The most staggering moments in the history of sport. From the New Orleans 37-yard line on the game's final play, a perfect snap, a perfect hold by Joe Scarpati, and Tom Dempsey's kick to top all kicks.
Dempsey kicks, it's on the way! It is! Good! It's good! It's good! It's good! The Saints have won! The Saints have won! The stadium is wild! The Saints have won 19-17!
There it is right now. This is crushing. End of the season for one team. Look at Monty Clark. 43-yard field goal attempt by Murray to win the game. Long enough. It is no good. He missed it to the right.
On its way. It bounces off the crossbar, and it's good! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Get far enough down the field. Rodgers in trouble. It's going to get there. He turned 32 yesterday. Does he have a vintage moment in him? In the end zone, it is caught for the win!
Isolated with Zachary Bowman. Blitz coming. They throw it up to Johnson. Into the corner. Touchdown!
Of the catch. It is an incomplete pass. It will be third down, Detroit.
Here's the call.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. It is an incomplete pass.
See what the call is. I just couldn't tell if there was contact. There was a little bit of a grab. There was a little bit of contact in the
Pass interference, number 59. Defense, automatic first down.
It's a huge call. A huge call. They're going to pick up the flag.
Wow.
Boy, that was late. Play action. End zone. There it is! Unbelievable! The two-point try is good. What else could it be?
Touching by number 68.
So the call is an illegal touch. I think third and a long yard, and they're going to throw. Stafford complete. Calvin Johnson to the end zone, fumbles it, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be a touchback if he didn't break the play. And it's ruled a touchback.
Here's Purdy with a lot of time. Steps into one. Launching deep, going for Brandon Ayuk. It is. Oh, he caught it off the rim. Bounce and catch to Ayuk.
Yeah, Bill Gore did a nice job. He cut off the receiver.
In 1971, the Detroit Lions were playing the Chicago Bears. Wide receiver Chuck Hughes suddenly fell to the turf, clutching his chest. At first, players thought it was a normal injury, but moments later, Hughes was gone.
They got the last one right, but they certainly got the previous one dead-ass wrong. Like, the defensive guy on the St. Brown touchdown, he's the guy that initiated the contact. Right here on Tesla. He initiated the contact. This is an awful call. And unfortunately, it cost the Lions a win here and probably a playoff spot. So this is atrocious, right?
From Michigan State is going to come into the Silverdome. Paul Edinger, 54-yard field goal. Good! Good! The Bears win. The Lions are gone. And while Detroit is stuck.
Take that catch. He's too big and athletic.
28-20. Oh, no. Oh, no. You're chagrin of Steve Mariucci. The snap is in the dirt, if you want to call it dirt, and it can't be handled by Nick Harris because rookie Don Molback.
Hello, Detroit Lion fans. Welcome to my podcast, Detroit Lions Tortured Fan Podcast. It is August 20th as I come to you here from San Antonio, Florida. In 2 days from now, our Lions will play their second exhibition game at home against Washington. And then 1 week later on Saturday, they will play their final exhibition game at the Indianapolis Colts. The following day, on August 30th, on Sunday, Dan Campbell and his staff will have to cut the roster to the 53-man roster for the season, so it'll be a lot of disappointed young men for sure. But we're going to have some newcomers to the team. I mean, clearly Ahmed Hassanin will probably make the team based on his outstanding performance last week in Cincinnati. But there's going to be several new members of the team this year. Some will make the taxi squad, and we'll see what happens. One of the guys I'm sort of interested in is our third quarterback, Luke Altmaier from Illinois. I think he played extremely well at Cincinnati, and he's probably going to get a lot of time the next 2 games to see what his future is with the Lions. Clearly, Dobbs has the inside track for the backup quarterback. He's 31 years old, has a lot of experience. But we'll see. I thought Altmaier looked really, really good, and we're going to see what Campbell thinks about his future. Now, I wanted to just mention that Cade Mays, our starting center, who broke his wrist in camp, they said he was going to be out 8 to 10 weeks. I looked it up and saw that his wrist fracture was on his left wrist. Now, most centers probably snap one-handed with their right wrist. Some probably do it two-handed. If he's a one-handed snapper, I'm guessing he may be available either for the first or second game, because they can just put a cast on that left wrist, and as long as he can snap with his right hand, maybe we'll get him back a little sooner than we think. I mean, originally it was projected maybe the third or fourth game, but I wouldn't be shocked to see him play in the first or second game, so we'll see what happens with that. I hope you guys are enjoying the videos I've put on the beginning and end of this podcast. I believe there were 11 all-time tortured videos for Detroit Lions fans, and then after I speak, you get to see 5 amazing runs by Barry Sanders, the GOAT, the best running back that's ever lived. And, you know, those tortured moments, obviously, Tom Dempsey's field goal, 63 yards, Eddie Murray's miss in 83, Justin Tucker's 66-yard field goal, Calvin Johnson, process of the catch, the flag that was picked up in Dallas in 2015 with Pettigrew, Decker's 2-point conversion in Dallas that was not allowed because they said he didn't report, which was a lie. And then a lot of the other ones. We had the tragic death of Chuck Hughes in 71. We had the Ettinger field goal that brought on the Matt Millen era in 2000. And then the total screw job with the Pittsburgh Steelers last year on the supposed pick that Tesla created on the St. Brown touchdown cost us the game and cost us the playoffs. Although I'm not sure we'd have gone very far in the playoffs with as bad as our offensive line was playing at the time. But I hope you enjoy those videos. Took me a while to put those together. And then obviously Barry Sanders' 5 runs. I mean, you could have a video highlight of Sanders. You could have 50 runs or more. But I hope you enjoy the 5 I picked. Anyway, please subscribe and like and share my podcast. I want to really get this going as the season starts. September 13th against the Saints. I just heard that their star running back, Kamara, may not be able to play that game, which puts them at a very big disadvantage. I'm predicting a score like 38-13 Lions. I think they're going to beat the crap out of them. But we'll see. We'll see. You never know in the NFL. So I want to start today's podcast with a story from last week when we played at Cincinnati, opening the season with our first preseason game. I'm all sort of geeked and excited, and what I decided to do is go to my Buffalo Wild Wings and try to find the Lions on TV to watch. Because even though it's preseason, I was sort of into it a little bit that, hey, this is the first game I can see them back from last year. And this is what happened. I get to the Buffalo Wild Wings in Tampa. I was going there because my brother and sister-in-law were coming in to visit me from Michigan, and I thought I'd be close to the airport. I get there, and the Lions are not on TV. They had Pittsburgh and Green Bay. I had no interest in watching that. So it's clear to me I'm not going to be able to see the game. I then went to a bar to kill some time before I picked my brother up at the airport. And what happens? I come out to the car and the car won't start. Okay? I have not had one problem in 2 years with this car. It's one of the best cars I've ever driven, a Honda Accord hybrid. And turns out I had to tow it to the Honda dealer because I had no idea what was wrong. Ended up being a bad battery. They had to replace the battery. I also had to hire a driver that evening to go pick up my brother and sister-in-law. And that whole thing with the battery cost me over $500. And that wasn't a lot of fun. I mean, we ended up getting through the night and I got him home. But, you know, Jinxie, I want to bring Jinxie in here. Jinxie, you just heard this story. You just heard the story of what happened to me on opening night preseason at Cincinnati, right? Yeah, you heard it. Let me ask you, I was a little bit angry at you, Jinxie. I was going to say, Jinxie, is this part of the Lions Jinx, what happened to me that night? You don't think so? Okay, you don't think so. I think it might have been part of the Lions Jinx, and I was sort of pissed off, and I had some thoughts, Jinxie, of ripping your arm off, I'll be honest with you, to express my anger, but I'm not going to do that today because I know you're still trying to make the team, and you can't make the team as a receiver without an arm, can you? No, you can't. You cannot do that. Okay. So I'm going to let you go with that, but I wonder, was that whole thing a part of the Lions Jinx? Look, let's see how the season goes. I hope I don't ever have to rip any of your limbs off, and I hope I never get so angry with the Lions that I have to rip your head off, because that would not be good, Jinxie, right? And I don't want to do that to you. You're a nice guy, and we have a good relationship, and I got to control my temper, don't I, with the Lions? I really do, because sometimes, yes, I do. I don't control my temper well because your team makes me nuts, quite honestly. They drive me crazy. But, enough of the negativity. Let's be more positive today, right? Now, Jinxie, story time with Jinxie today. I've got an interesting story for you. And that has to do with our amazing coach, Dan Campbell. I want to talk about Dan Campbell for a little while because this guy is just fantastic person, fantastic head coach, great motivator of these young people. He knows how to be strict and stern when he has to be. He knows how to be sort of a loving father when he has to be to young men in their early 20s, a lot of them, some in their 30s. But this guy has just got it all. He's got the personality. He's got the background to make him a fantastic coach. Ever since he came to the Lions, I've told people he's going to be our head coach for the next 25 years, which is what the Lions organization needs. They need that stability. They've had no stability at the head coaching position. You look at teams like the Pittsburgh Steelers, they went about 40 or 50 years with only having 3 head coaches. Every head coach was there 15 or 20 years. So it gives a real stability to an organization, and I think Campbell's going to be here an awful long time. What do you think? You think so too? Yeah, you like playing for Coach Campbell? Yeah, you do. He's a good guy. Yeah, he's a good guy. Anyway, Campbell spent 11 years playing in the NFL as a tight end. He was drafted by the New York Giants in the 3rd round. It's a fairly high draft choice. Played 11 years, had a total of about 91 receptions, I think I saw, and 11 touchdowns. He was mostly a blocking tight end. He's a big guy, 6'5", 265. You can still, even today, see him. He's in great shape. He just turned 50 years old in April. And he went to college. He played his college ball at Texas A&M. He is only one of 9 current NFL coaches that played in the NFL. He was also on the Lions team in 2008 when we went 0-16, our famous season of losing every game. Now, when I looked this up online, it says that 100% of coaches in the NFL played college football, but only 9 of the 32 played in the NFL. So Campbell, when he came to Detroit, he was the temporary head coach of the Miami Dolphins. That was his main head coaching experience. He was also coach, assistant head coach, and coach of tight ends at a few teams. I know New Orleans was one. But Miami let him go, and they made a big mistake, obviously. He coached the team for the rest of the season. I'm not even sure what his record was at that point, but they shouldn't have let him go. He's going to be a great head coach. There's no question in my mind, Jinxie. He is going to bring a Super Bowl victory and championship to Detroit. I believe for sure in the next 2 years, but you never know. I mean, we could win 3 in the next 10 years. We could win 0 in the next 5 years. You never know, but I believe Campbell will ultimately raise that Lombardi trophy. And the Detroit Lions fans are going to go out of their minds. They're going to have one of the biggest parades you've ever seen, even in frozen Detroit in February. Maybe they should delay it till May. I don't know. But they'll probably have that in February, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. So when Campbell became the head coach of the Lions, they paid him $4 million a year. And then after the 2023 season, the successful season that we got to the NFC Championship, should have gotten to the Super Bowl, lost that second half. We collapsed in the second half at San Francisco. But they gave him a $2 million raise because of that excellent season. So he's now making $6 million a year. We've got him signed through next year, 2027. And then he's going to get a new contract. And this man is going to clean up. I am betting he's going to go from $6 million a year to somewhere between $10 and $15 million a year on a 5-year contract. And that's just the way it is in the NFL. That's the kind of money there is to pay these head coaches. The top 2 head coaches in the NFL right now, financially, are Andy Reid of Kansas City and John Harbaugh of the New York Giants. They both make $20 million a year. There is a lot of money in the NFL. As I said before, Roger Goodell, the commissioner of the NFL, makes $67 million a year. So Dan Campbell is about to clean up, and he knows it. He knows it. He's going to get a 5-year contract anywhere from $50 to $75 million. So he's going to be a very wealthy man. Him and his wife are going to be doing very well, and their 2 children. I read a story which is unfortunate that early on in his coaching career in Detroit, somehow fans got a hold of his address, and they kept coming to the house and bothering him and his family, and that's not a nice thing to put anybody through, a famous person in the Detroit area. You got to give these people some privacy. So he ended up being hassled so much, he ended up moving. I guess he now lives in a very exclusive private area, secure area in Bloomfield Hills. Those houses are gorgeous, but when you make $6 million a year, you can afford one of those. So Campbell's living a great life right now, and the only thing that will make it better is bringing that Super Bowl championship home to Detroit, which he is going to do. You can count on it, fans. You can count on it. So, let's see here now. I think that's all I had for today, guys. I think I had all that. No new tortured moments. Enjoy the videos at the beginning of this podcast, and enjoy, after I'm done speaking here, the 5 amazing runs by Barry Sanders. Fans, we are getting really close. Jinxie, it was good talking to you. How's it coming in training camp? Are you doing well? Okay, you going to make it as a receiver? What do you think? Your arm's coming off there, Jinxie. You think you're going to make it? Wow. Well, I'm wishing you a lot of luck. You're going to know in about a week and a half if you've made the team. And if you make it, we're going to be very happy for you. If you don't make it, Jinxie, you're going to always have a spot on my podcast, okay? I hope that makes you feel a little bit better. Okay. Well, good luck. Good luck the next 10 days, and good luck at home against Washington Saturday. I'll be looking for you, number 85. Fans, thank you for joining my podcast again today. And boy, it's getting close to opening day, September 13th, at home against the Saints. And then we'll have a lot to talk about as they play each game. And hopefully marching toward a playoff spot and 2 or 3 playoff wins to get into that Super Bowl. And boy, wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be fun? February 14th in Los Angeles. In Los Angeles. And again, possible to have a NFC Championship game, Detroit against the Rams. These are 2 of the best teams in the NFC for sure. Okay, I will see you next time.
And they give us to Barry Sanders. Oh, what a move as he breaks it to the outside. Still on his feet and has a chance to go.
Got to get him. He just put a move on Reggie White.
From the 15-yard line. And give it to Sanders.
Oh, what a move! Oh, my! And you know what? There's been a lot of defenders this year, over the years. Never lay a glove on Barry Sanders when you have him dead to rights. Otis Smith, he just joins that list, the 3rd wide receiver for the Lions. And here is Barry Sanders. What a juke up the middle. And Barry Sanders into Tampa Bay territory. Sanders at the 10, he'll score. Touchdown, Detroit.
John Lynch was the unblocked man. His jockstrap is laying think still on about the 20-yard line.
Sanders found the hole. Puts the move on. Look out.
Watch this. He turns him completely around. Watch this. Here, goodbye, hello, where are you? Thank you.
Got it away to Barry off the right. Barry to the 45 and bumps to the 40, breaks it 35, 30. He's gone. Unbelievable. Touchdown, Lions, Barry Sanders. Oh my gosh, what a run.
6 Cowboys missed him. You think you got him tackled? Some of those moves, there's only one guy in this game.